When I say cyber analyst, what do you think I will be doing? I will talk you through that. Generally, cyber analysts, they are those people who kind of are threat hunters. So they'll basically go online, search for different vulnerabilities, try to find out what's the impact of that vulnerability. And when the time comes, when they're working in cloud, they can tell them, okay, so I'm seeing this on radar. Do you have the systems where you can remediate this vulnerability? So they are like threat hunters. My job in TechForce, it's more of a cyber auditors. So I do Cyber Essentials and Cyber Essentials Plus. Does that ring a bell? Have you heard about Cyber Essentials or Cyber Essentials Plus? Anyone?
Yes.
Yes, perfect. So, you know, when a company wants to get cybersecurity, they call someone else to audit their systems, right? That's what I do. I'll walk you through the process just to make you familiar with Cyber Essentials. So, it has 5 technical controls which we check in Cyber Essentials. The first one is firewalls. So, we know there are software firewalls, there are hardware firewalls. Depending upon the organization's infrastructure, I, as an assessor, I decide what their firewalls are going to be, whether they only need software firewalls. Let's say there is a company which is working just remotely, right? Do they actually need a hardware firewall? No, they don't. So this is a set criteria that is given to us by NCSC, and I follow that. So then there's another control, which is called user access management. So let's say I'm a hacker. I get access to a computer. If I'm only having user access, do you think that's enough? Of course not. So this is another control that I check for companies. So basically, I ensure that they are only using user accounts for their day-to-day operations, not admin accounts, right? So I check that as well. Apart from that, I do check security configuration. So let's say when I talked about firewalls, so you know firewalls can be protected using passwords and MFA, right? These are some of those controls that I check. And after that, there comes malware protection. So basically I check whether they have antivirus installed, right? We have some sample files given to us by NCSC that we check. And these are just harmless files. Their signatures, they are actually flagged. So we just check whether their antivirus is working properly or not. So yeah, that's a little more about what I do. Now I would just talk a little about what challenges do I face. So the first thing is workload. It's a little, you can say, sometimes it gets a little, what's the right word for it? Pardon my English. Exhausting, yeah. Sometimes it can get exhausting because I am continuously dealing with almost 20 to 25 clients at the same time. I'm assessing them. I just get an email instantly. Oh, Abrar, we are at this step, number 4. What do we do from here? And I just reply them there. Okay, you need to do this, this, this. And when I'm assisting them, at the same time, another email comes in, and that guy is on step 1. And he asks, I need assistance with this. So yeah, so multitasking is one of the things that I do. Secondly, I have to be very up to date with what's going on. So let's say Microsoft. Do you know what's the latest patch that has been released by Microsoft? It's released on October 10, just like 2-3 days ago, maybe, yeah. So the thing is, I, as an assessor, I need to ensure that the operating systems that a business are using, they are in support. Let's say they are not supported. Let's say they were out of support 2 years ago. So that means they are not releasing the security patches for that operating system. And if there was a vulnerability that was there for 2 years ago, it is still exploitable, right? So I, as an assessor, I need to ensure that they are using those supported operating systems. So yeah, these are some of the things that I do in Cyber Essentials and Cyber Essentials Plus as well. Yeah, and apart from that, yeah, what else do I do? Yeah, so other than that, TechForce also provides different services like incident response, penetration testing, as well as security reviews. We do provide cybersecurity awareness trainings as well, which includes NoD4 and others. So yeah, that's how a day goes in my life. Now I would just like to point out how I ended up here. So I was an international student here. I just graduated last week. I studied in Abrar University, which is in Dundee, Scotland. So I did my master's from there. And I did a particular part-time job for 3 months, and that was a waiter restaurant job. So after that, I decided, no, I need to be in a technical job. Generally, there's a perception that you can't get a technical job. So I challenged myself with that, and I prepared a CV. I did some things, which I'm going to talk about. So I started applying on LinkedIn. I made a website of my own, and a little more, just showcased my projects that I did. Generally, my experience included governance, risk, and compliance, which is called GRC. It's there in cybersecurity. There are other domains as well, including penetration testing, blue team, red team, So I had experience in GRC before coming to the UK. So I added that, made a CV. You probably would know that when you're preparing your resume, you need to make it in a certain way because it goes through an ATS system, which is called application tracking system. So it checks for regular keywords in your CV. If there are there, then it is going to shortlist your CV. And particularly when you are applying, you should be very careful of what job role you are applying for. So let's say if you have an experience for penetration testing and you are applying for a GRC role, it helps. But then again, it's not something very ideal, right? So yeah, you need to check on that as well. That's what I did. I decided first of all that I want to be a cyber analyst. And I prepared all my CV according to that. And after that, I just started applying. And one day, the TechForce job just came up, and I applied for it, and I got interviewed, and I was selected. So yeah, that is my story. Any questions do you have? Or if you want to talk about any other general, yeah. Or should I just, oh yeah, just 30 minutes. That's it.
We'll have the chance to ask questions towards the end.
Okay, sure.
And also, we'll hang around if you want to grab a coffee or something later on. Yeah? So, well done, Abrar.
Yeah.